Hi from Colorado, it's Barb. Hope everybody's doing well. Today we're going to be working on Ekapada Galavasana, fondly nicknamed Flying Pigeon. To prepare for class, we're going to be working on a lot of hips to prepare to get into our pose. So please have 2 blocks handy, a blanket and a strap. You may need them, you may not, but for the first portion of class, you're going to want both blocks handy. We're going to start today in Shavasana. As you come into your Shavasana, laying on your back, start at your shoulders, tucking those shoulder blades. Notice if stuff is in the way, gently move it out of the way. Tuck that tailbone, bring some firmness to your low belly. Then stretch your legs out, one at a time. Take a couple breaths here to fully come to your mat. Eyes may be softly closed or softly gazing towards the ceiling. As you lay here and settle into the earth, take an inventory from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Just notice how all the pieces and parts are feeling today. Take a few more breaths. And begin to move your focus to your breath. Noticing your belly expand with your inhale. And your belly flatten and firm with your exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Slowing your breath. With your next exhale, all meet up at the base of our breath. And inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And pause. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds with that steady 8 count, counting to yourself. Finding your Ujjayi breath if that's part of your practice. returning to your everyday breath. Bringing some movement, grabbing both of your blocks. We're going to do a little core work to start our practice. Let's warm up. So our first block is going to lift our legs, come between our feet. It can be either direction, on the skinny side or the long side. In your hands, second block, pointer, knife edge of your pointer fingers is going to come along the side of the block. Arms reach up overhead, tuck those shoulders. Thumbs come in with landing gear. Then lift your thumbs. So your arms are floating and reaching. Legs are reaching up for the ceiling. Inhale, push down into your low back. You're already going to feel a lift in your shoulders. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and release. Inhale here, exhale. Push that back down as your legs release. 4, 5, 6, and hold, hold, hold. Inhale, lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, and release your shoulders down. Arms keep floating. Exhale, push that low belly down, lift your shoulders. Exhale, release those legs. Hold and hover, pushing down into that low back. Inhale, lift those legs. And one more time, release your shoulders for the inhale. Exhale, push that low back down as your legs release. Inhale, lift those legs. 3, 4, 5. Lift everything, last one. And exhale, release. Let go of the block in your hands. Catch the block between your feet. Set that one off to the side. And gently rock side to side with your knees into your belly. Or take whatever movement feels right for you. For this next one, we're going to have the block in our hand. We're going to kind of wear it like a hat to start. And then we're going to switch as we scissor our legs, right hand, left hand, reaching up. So our feet are going to lift. Hands are here, elbows bent. Like I said, we're wearing a hat, starting with the block in the right hand. Feet are active. We're going to exhale, release that right foot down, reach up, tap the bottom of our left foot with our right hand and block. Inhale, back to center. Switch hands. Exhale, left leg releases, left arm reaches up. Inhale, pull it back into center. Exhale, push that low back down as your leg releases. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left side. And inhale, back to center. Push that low back into the earth, protecting your spine. One more time to the left. And inhale. Exhale, one more to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, one more to the left. Inhale, and release it all down to the earth. Set your block to the side. Bring your knees into your belly, arms out to a T. Bring your right hip to the midline and just come into a gentle twist. Just for a moment. Breath or two. Let those belly muscles expand and relax. Coming back to the midline. Realign your hips. Left hip comes to the center. And reach knees over to the left. Coming back up through center, bringing your foot palms to the earth, align your torso. And looking like a bridge preparation, grab your block, lift your hips, and bring it under. Find your spot where you're comfortable and steady. Some days are easier said than done. Hands come down, palms are facing the earth, and reach those legs up. Take just a few breaths here in a faux legs up the wall. Checking in with all the pieces and the parts. Now activate your feet like you're coming into a Tadasana. Your feet can be dorsal flexed, so your toes are coming back towards your forehead, or if it feels better for you to point, plantar flex. Completely your choice, or move between the two. But with your exhale, we're going to release that right leg down with control. Left leg stays active. Heel to or towards the earth. Get that nice stretch from your floating ribs to your hip. Inhale, lift that right leg with control. And exhale, left leg drops. Again, heel to the earth. Maybe, maybe not. To or towards. Breath here. Inhale, lift with control. And exhale, descending right leg. Find that stretch that feels right for you. If your heel comes to the earth, inhale, lift. Exhale, release your left. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And moving on. Now yogi's choice. You can continue using the cross legs if that feels right for you. Or if you want to add, moving to the next step, bring your feet to those Tadasana, make some space between your toes so your legs are nice and active, including your quads, and exhale, both legs descend. So maybe where your arms need to get a little active, shoulders tuck, fingers grip. Tuck that tailbone, activate that belly, and let your heels come to the earth. Finding that stretch right at your hips, hip flexors. Feet may flare out, that may feel better, or bring them in. Toes may point, feet may flex. Wherever you're getting a good stretch for you, but be mindful of your low back. We don't want to be dumping into it, so try to keep that low back as we inhale up. Whew. Let's make some circles with my ankles, or just find stillness. Tuck those shoulders, lengthen that tailbone as your legs release for number 2. Finding that stretch however feels right for you. With your inhale, activate those legs, activate your arms, and lift. Taking whatever movements feel good. Point and flex, point, flex. Back to your Tadasana one more time. Let's let those legs come down. Breathing fully, breathing deeply. Inhale, lift your legs up. Bend your knees, foot palms come to the earth. Lift your hips, releasing your hips down. Set your block off to the side and just sit for a moment. Your back comes flat onto the earth. Knees bent, legs straight. rolling to your right or your left side, coming through, whatever works for you, and finding your way to your down dog. Coming to your dog, bending one knee, then the other, stretching out those hamstrings. Lift high, maybe your heels come over to the right side, get that big stretch through your left side body. Inhale to center and bring the heels over to the left, finding that same stretch on the right side. Inhale, coming back up to center. Just exhale, heels to or towards the earth. Inhale, rise up and walk to the top of the mat. If you inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Yogi's choice for your hands, finding that stretch, bringing your hips, inner hips width apart, pushing into the four corners of your feet as you lift those hip sockets. Find that length through the whole back of your leg. Inhale, hands to hips as you rise. Exhale, release, and take a breath. If you inhale, reach up. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant your hands flat and step back, left foot followed by right. Coming to the top of your plank, push the earth away here, and take a breath. Exhale. With control, down into the mat. Tops of your feet to the mat, and inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, nose down, tuck your toes, push up through your plank, and back to your dog. Inhale, rise high, then step forward, left foot, followed by right. Inhale and lift. Exhale to fold. Root down and rise up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center and to the sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to lengthen. Plant your hands, step back, right foot followed by left foot this time. Push the earth away in your plank. As you exhale, stopping in chaturanga before you come to the mat. Tops of your feet to the earth and pull up. Little deeper cobra. And lift up to your up dog. Breathing here, feeling your hands pull. Exhale, back to your down dog. Taking a breath or two here in your dog. Inhale, rise high, step forward, right foot, followed by left. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Root down as your arms reach out, reach up. Exhale, out to the sides. Whew, taking a breath here. Just standing for a moment. Then we're going to move on. We're going to start working on getting into our Eka Pada. So Eka, 1, Pada, foot. So let's come to the mat, come to Uttanasana. I like my hands on my hips, that way I can make sure my hips are staying square. I'm not doing the hip tilt to either side. Gaze up, gaze soft. Weight's going to come into our left leg to start. And just bring that right leg forward. Right leg is active. Bring it forward. And then bring it out. Lifting it up almost like you're going to come into a figure 4. Bring it back. And let's bring it out to the side. Kind of a Captain Morgan. Okay, as we fall over. Coming to your organ, find a place to gaze. Inhale, bring it back to center and release. Shaking out your legs. Excuse me as I turn off the heat. Getting warm in here. Come to your Tadasana. Hands to hips. Weight into the right foot this time as we lift that leg up. Sorry. Excuse my dog. Let's externally rotate that left. Almost like we're going to bring it into a figure four, but just letting it float. Back to center to that H, and then bringing it out. Coming into that matey pirate stance. Inhale, coming back to center, and release. Okay, now we're going to take that one step further, and we're going to tap down. Just going to tap the earth. So I'm going to face this way to do it. We're going to come to center, hips are square, weight's coming into that left leg, lift that right, find your balance, then bring that right ankle to left thigh. You're going to find a forward fold here. You can move it up if that feels good to you. And then reach down. Maybe you come to the earth, maybe you don't. Just tap down, woo, and rise back up. Hands to hips, heart center, lift it up, and release, and shake it out. Nicely done. Whew, that's a big one. Now, if that earth just looked 100 miles away, grab your blocks, have them handy. Coming to the other side, Tadasana. Weight comes to the right foot. Find your gazing spot. Lift that left leg, externally rotate, and bring that left ankle to right thigh. As you begin to forward fold, it's all right. Find your balance down. Maybe come tap down on this side. Maybe you find the earth. Maybe you find the blocks. It's getting that deep fold and that deep seat. Inhale, coming back up, and shake it out. Nicely done. Let's step back to the top of our mat. Coming to Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Let's step that left foot back and windmill up. Warrior two. Checking in. Arms are active. Right knee's reaching over. Towards right side. It's tracking. Arms are active. Getting a little hip opener. Inhale, straighten that front leg, reach forward, come to your Trikonasana. Gaze is up to your left thumb. Straight forward if more appropriate for your neck. Major thing, right hand is a support. Doesn't need to be there. Your core and legs are doing the work. Exhale, let's release that hand down. Bend that knee, come to a long lunge, and step back. Yogi's choice, come through a vinyasa, or right up to a down dog. Inhale, rise high. Let's step that left foot forward, windmill up, warrior two on the other side. Checking in with your alignment. Arms are active, and breathe. Inhale, straighten that left leg, reach forward, and come to Trikonasana on the other side. Inhale, warrior two. Windmill those arms down. Step back, come through a vinyasa, or right to your down dog, whatever's appropriate for you. And take a couple breaths here in your dog. Stepping your feet close together. Let's lift that right leg high to the sky, coming to three-legged dog. Bending your right knee, opening that hip. Inhale, bring that leg back, square your hip up, and as you exhale, bring it through, right knee to right wrist, preparing for pigeon. Sitting tall to start, and then exhale. Think of here before you exhale. Right hip is reaching back, left hip is reaching forward. So this may not be about coming flat to the earth. It may be about, it's more about getting the opening in the hip. Going to be here for a few breaths. Get my clock. As we settle in. Again, we're focusing more on the hips. Than on how far we go. Of course, if you come all the way down, but focus on that hip movement. Excuse my dog, she wants to come in. 1 second she wants to practice, the next she doesn't, just like every other kid in the world. Sitting up, bringing your hands to the mat, inching your left foot forward, tuck those toes and step back, three-legged dog. Releasing that right foot down to the earth. Just your stance. Taking a breath. Bringing that left leg up, bend your left knee and come to three-legged dog on the other side. Inhale, square your hips, and with your exhale, left knee to left wrist, preparing for pigeon on the other side. Walk that right leg back. Lift up and square those hips. Here your right hip is reaching forward, left is reaching back, and then walk your arms down. Again, we're focusing on the hip opener, so maybe you don't come down as deep. Breathing gently, breathing fully. Coming to where's right for you. While being mindful of opening and extending in the hips. Continuing to breathe. Lifting up, coming to your hands, stepping your right leg forward as you tuck those right toes, lift up and come to your three-legged dog. Making whatever movements you need as you bring that left leg down to the earth, coming to a four-legged dog, so to speak. Breathing gently, breathing fully. Coming to where's right for you. While being mindful of opening and extending in the hips. Again, we're focusing on the hip opener, so maybe you don't come down as deep. Toes to touch, knees wide, and come to a child's for just a moment. See how those hips are feeling. Walking your hands back. Now, if you usually do your seated poses with a blanket, feel free. Let's turn and come to grab my stopwatch. Block. Let's bring it between our feet as we come to Baddha Konasana. We're going to be here for about the same amount of time we were in Pigeon. Pushing the feet into the block, reaching the knees away. Doesn't matter if your heels come into your groin or not. It's that we're pushing in and reaching out. We want that dual action. Getting that opening in the adductors, or more easily understood in the yoga inseam, finding that opening. You can keep your hands here, or if it feels better, bring them behind. Completely yogi's choice. And most importantly, breathe. Releasing the bind, taking your block, and we're going to bring it to this width. Put the right side down. Again, push your feet in. Maybe your heels come in a little further. Maybe now they need to go out a little further. Completely your choice. Make your adjustments. Again, hands can be behind if you like to get that long length in your spine as you push in and reach away. Completely your choice, my friends. Or they can come forward and start getting a little bend. Here's about where I like to do this, and I like to use my elbows on my inner thighs on that yoga inseam, just to get a little reminder to keep reaching those thighs and knees away. Nothing strenuous. Just breathe. Gazes softly down at the earth in front of you. Inhale, sit tall. Now, if you're getting to where this feels like this is the point for your hips, feel free to stay here. Or if you want to add a second block, you can add it this way or this way, whichever speaks to you. This is completely on your hips. Or go back to either of the choices before. Again, hands can be behind or in front. If you're coming behind, roll those shoulders, get that big open heart, get that big lift. I like to actually fist my hands, make fists, so that I can push down into the earth. Takes a little pressure off of the wrists that way. Then reach those feet into the blocks, smashing the blocks with love as you reach those knees away. And smile, gazing softly at the earth. Just smile. Couple more breaths. We're almost there. Release your hands. Set the blocks aside. Bring your foot palms together. Excuse me, my mat's bunching. And if your feet come apart like a book, cool. If not, palm to palm. Inhale and exhale to fold. Here again, I like my hands on my ankles so that I can use my elbows to push into my thighs. Just a gentle reminder as my feet reach for each other. Sitting up, releasing. Bring your hands under your knees and just stretch your legs out in front. Woo. Shake them out. Enjoy the release. And then we're going to come to fire log. I sit flat on the earth for this. I set the blocks off to the side. Actually, let me bring them up this way. We're going to want them pretty soon. And adjust the flesh. Left leg comes under, right foot comes on top. Now, if this just does not work for you, perfectly acceptable. You can sit tall. You'll notice that your shins look like fire logs. Adami Sambusam. Fire log pose. Again, if this is where you're at, fine. If you have a little bit of fold to get into those hips, that's wonderful too. It's wherever you're going that works for you. There is no right or wrong depth in this pose. Inhale, sit up. Help your legs release. Bring them straight. Roll them out, shake them out, whatever feels good for you. And then switch. Right leg to the bottom, left to the top. Now this side may be completely different. Inhale, lengthen. And again, fold to where is right for you. Most important, feet are active. Feet are in a nice Tadasana to protect your knees. Doesn't matter how far or how little you fold. Gaze is soft, breath is full. Inhale. Again, sit back, release your legs, stretch them out. And coming up, let's just find our way to a down dog. Ooh, stretch the backs of those legs out. Walk your feet forward, come to a forward fold. Yogi's choice on arm placement. Pushing down into those feet, hands to hips, and inhale, rise to stand. Okay, so we're going to work on our Ekapada Galavasana. There is no right, there is no wrong, there is no too far, there is no far enough. This is your pose. Take it to where is right for you. I like to have my blocks handy. If you like to have a crash pad, blanket's always there. Anybody that's done arm balances knows sometimes a head crash pad is a wonderful thing. And let's come to that Tadasana. Push down into those feet. Again, hands on hips, nice level hips. Weight, left leg. Let's lift that right. Externally rotate that right foot. Bring that right ankle to left thigh. And begin to fold. Stop here and just find your gaze. Find your breath. Pull in your core. Begin to fold a little deeper. Maybe scoot that ankle all the way up. Maybe it comes up into the crease of your thigh. Maybe it doesn't. And this is where I like to grab the blocks. Okay? Pull it up and in. Get it up there. Then set your blocks aside as your hands come to the earth. Right, left. Bend that left leg. Hook that right foot. Come forward and maybe tap a toe, and come back up. Find your seat, hands to heart, lift up with control, and shake it all out. Whew! That is a doozy, even just the practice version. Okay? Now, as we're saying, stop anywhere along the line. Keep working on your balance. Work on your fold. Work on your fingers touching the earth. Fingers touching to the block. There is no too far, there is no far enough. Go to where is right for you. Come into your Tadasana. Outfit adjustments, very appropriate. Take a breath. Weight comes to that right leg. Left ankle, lift that left leg. Find your balance, find your gaze. Then bring that ankle in. And begin to fold. Coming down. Again. Maybe you grab your block. Bring that foot a little higher. Fingers touch down. Maybe they touch down. This is it for this side. Everybody knows I've got bad left knee. Maybe this is it for this side. Maybe you try to come down both fingers and come back up. Okay? Take as much time as you want. Keep working on it. Do several rounds. We're going to do one more round on each side. But do what's right for you. This is your practice. Coming to your Tadasana. Find your balance. Going to bring the right leg. Left leg bends in. Bring it on down. Maybe you pull that foot up in a little deeper. Find your block to help steady as you adjust. And maybe your hands come down on this one. Maybe get a little more deep bend. Maybe not. It's okay. Come back up. Shake out your legs and try the other side. Coming to the other side. Weight comes into that left leg. Right ankle to left thigh as we begin to bend. Stop anywhere along the line. Adjust. Find your gazing point. It's going to move from the wall down to the earth. Hands to the earth. Hook that right foot onto that leg. And then come in and balance. You ready? Walk it back. Walk it back. And walk it up. Okay? There's no right, there's no wrong. There's your version. When you've had enough, find your way down to the mat. Come to sit. And just be here. Tell yourself, good job. Lay back. Settle in. Grab that block one more time. Walk your feet back. Lift those hips. And come to a restorative bridge. Lift up. Move that block. Bring your forearms in. Roll out arms. Or if you prefer, zombie arms. And come to a full bridge. Exhale and release. Arms come to a T. Bring that right hip to the midline and come to a gentle twist. Arms to a T. Come back through the midline. Realign your torso, left hip to the mid as your knees come to the left. Inhale, back to center. Realign your torso and come to your final Shavasana. Moving your props out of the way so that you can completely rest. Returning to your everyday breath, letting the earth support you. When you're ready, bring your arms overhead. Take a full body stretch through one side. And a full body stretch through the other side. Reaching both sides long. Roll into your left or right side and finding your way up to a comfortable seat. Feel free to stay in Shavasana longer if that speaks to you. Coming to a comfortable seat. Eyes are soft to closed. Bringing hands to heart center, bowing chin to chest. May your yoga practice be of benefit to you, and especially through yourselves, a benefit to all others. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope your pigeons are flying safely. Bye.